Oh no, it can't be. Page 7 through 16. Oh no, it can't be. Hello, may I speak to Keisha, please? Keisha, this is Rhonda. Sit down, girl. There's been an accident. Some lady who works at Good Sam with my mother called her a few minutes ago and told her that they had just brought in some kids from Hazelwood, basketball players, she thinks. Oh, Rhonda, I just called Andy to find out what was taking him so long. He was supposed to be here an hour ago. There's no answer at his house. I was gonna kill him. You don't think it was Andy, do you? I don't know, Keisha. I called Robert's house and all I got was that stupid recording. But then that's all you get when you call Rob. What about Gerald? He usually hangs with them after the game. I'll call him and then I'll call you right back. Okay? Gerald, this is Keisha. Have you seen Andy? Nah, I went home right after the game, but Andy and Rob and I think Tyrone and BJ too left together in Andy's car. Andy said he was coming by your house after he took those clowns home. He ain't there yet? Well, if he calls you, tell him to get in touch with me right away, okay? Hey, you haven't heard anything about an accident, have you? Why is it the first thing a girl thinks about if her boyfriend is late? Is that he been in an accident? I bet he's in the backseat of your car kissing all over some real sexy mama. All fellas are like worthless. Call me if you hear anything, okay? Sure, later. Hello, may I speak to Rhonda? Rhonda, is that you? This is Keisha. I hardly recognized your voice. Have you heard anything? Rhonda? What's wrong? Oh, Keisha, it's terrible. There was a crash, and the car exploded, and my mother's friend said she thinks at least one of the boys was killed, maybe more. She said the police officer who came in with the ambulance told her that the car involved in the accident was a red Chevy. Isn't that what Andy drives? Oh my God, Rhonda, I have to go. I gotta go. I'll call my mom to drive me to the hospital. Oh, please let them all be okay. I'll call you from the hospital. Rhonda? Megan, I'm here at the hospital. It's Robbie Washington. He's dead. Oh, Rhonda, he died in the car accident. No, Andy, BJ, and Tyrone are okay. Tyrone and BJ have already been sent home. Andy has been admitted, but he's not seriously hurt. Rhonda, what are we going to do? I've never known anybody who died before, except my grandmother, and she was old. Oh, Keisha, this is so scary. I don't know how to deal with it. Have you talked to Andy? No, they wouldn't let me in there, but I saw him through the door. He looked bad, not injured, but his eyes looked funny. I guess he was in shock. I've got to go now. My mom is taking me home. I'll call you tomorrow. Memories on fire. Tyrone Mills, my name is Officer Casey. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I understand you were in the car involved in the accident last night. I know you are upset, but it's necessary that we complete this report while the facts are still fresh in your mind. I'd like for you to tell me in much detail as possible what happened last night. Well, the game was about 9:30, and we was all in a good mood because we won big by something like 40 points, so we were going to celebrate. Me and BJ and Andy and Rob, we all got changed. After we all got changed, Gerald was gonna come with us. Yeah, Gerald, Nick, Billy. But he had to go home. His stepfather his old man is really strict. So it was just the four of us. Nah, BJ don't play on the team. He's too short. But the four of us hang together. We've been tight since 7th grade. So we get in the car, Andy's car, and we start driving around. Just fooling around, having a good time, yelling out the window at old white ladies. It always freaks him out. Yeah, we was drinking, all except BJ. He don't drink. We had put about 4 6-packs in the trunk of Andy's car before the game. Since the weather's been so cold, putting them in the trunk was as good as the cooler. So they was nice and frosty by the time we got to them. Yeah, all of us was drinking except BJ, like I said, and Andy probably had the most. He was in a real good mood because this girl named Keisha had started going with him, and he was going over to her house after he took us home. After a while, the car started to sway, but I wasn't sure if it was getting dizzy or if the car was really weaving across the expressway. At the time, it seemed real funny. We was laughing so hard, especially when people started looking at honking at us. The more they tried to single us and I guess warn us, the more we were cracking up and laughing. Rob had his feet up on the dashboard, partying and acting silly. And partly because his legs were so long that they got cramped in that little car of Andy's. Me and BJ was in the back seat. I was sitting right behind Andy, and BJ was sitting next to me, behind Rob, because he had the shortest legs. And Rob could push the seat all the way back. Then, all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, this wall was in front of us. Like it jumped up out in the front of the car, and Andy was trying to find the brakes with his foot, and there was glass everywhere, and this crunching, grinding sound. My door flew open, and I rolled out. I remember I was crying and crawling around on my hands and knees. That's the only thing that got me hurt, got on me. I got glass in my hands and in my knees. I got to my feet, and I helped Andy out from the seat. His head was bleeding pretty bad, and he was holding his chest like he couldn't breathe so good. I think he hit the steering wheel pretty hard. You could smell gas real strong. It made me dizzy like the gas station smells when some ladies don't know when to stop, and she spills gas all down the side of her car. By that time, BJ had gotten out, and we was looking for Rob. He must have passed out at first, because all of a sudden we hear this screaming. We ran around to that side door, but the door was bent shut and we couldn't open it. I was screaming by that time because we couldn't see his feet sticking through the windshield. His legs was cut and bleeding real badly. All we could see was those brand new Nike sticks sticking out of the window, with the rest of Rob screaming and hollering stuck inside. So then Andy and BJ climbed on top of the car and started to knock the pieces of the windshield out of the way so we could try to get Rob out that way. But then we heard this heavy, thick sound like an explosion in the closed room, and Andy and BJ's knocked off the hood. Me and BJ grabbed Andy then, and we had to hold him back because the whole car's in flames, and Andy and Rob is still stuck inside, and we can hear him scream, Andy, help me, oh God, please don't let me die like this, Andy! He screamed what seemed like a long time, then it was real quiet. All we could hear was the sound of the flames and little pieces of cars sizzling and burning, and then the sounds of police cars. I think I passed out then. That's what I remember, and that's what I'll never be able to forget. I'm gonna stop for now. Hope you all enjoyed that. If you want to keep on reading, keep supporting me, and I'll read more. Thank you all. Hope you all enjoyed.